Hey guys, welcome back to Marriages Restored in Faith. My name is Ray.
Hey guys, my name is Dora. It is Monday, February 3rd, 2025.
I'm laughing because Dora was saying
February.
yes, like that. What was that thing?
That little. Oh, Jack Frost. Yeah.
And Jack Frost, you know how that. What's it?
It's the groundhog. It's
Groundhog.
Day. Yeah.
Well, I guess I should have been quiet then.
The groundhog.
The groundhog was saying it that way, so that's why Dora kept saying it. And I was like, you keep saying it, you're going to end up saying it out here like this. Guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. And I know we are not like everyone else that people can make 2 to 3 videos a day. We have full-time jobs. I have a full-time job. We were really busy this weekend. In fact, we traveled more than 1,000 miles this weekend. Oh yeah. And driving, we drove more than 1,000 miles this weekend. We went to Austin and back, and then went to Fort Worth and back. I mean, it was one of those weekends that we got home, went to bed about midnight, a little after midnight, woke up at 6 in the morning and started again. So it was just one of those things. And like I said, we have a full-time job, and we also I work a second job building engines, muscle cars, stuff like that. We're just very busy. Unlike some people that can make 2 to 3 videos per day, we can't.
Yeah.
Although we would like to do
Yes.
more videos because there's so much information to give you, so many things that are occurring, so many things that are happening. It's like you can't turn on the television, you can't get on YouTube, social media, and find out there's something new every single time.
Yes.
And it's multiple things that are happening at one time. There's a plane crash that happened. This is just my opinion. I don't believe it was a plane. If you go back and watch that video, and I should have pulled up that video for you, you go watch that video, and it looks like a missile coming down. Doesn't look like a plane. I've heard some stories out there. I haven't verified it yet, that people are saying that there is no plane wreckage. Well, there always is. There is always plane wreckage. So
Yeah.
it's just something to think about. We need to pay attention to what is happening. We shouldn't believe everything that we hear on social media, especially on secular media.
Yeah.
The secular news, you know, they lost all credibility. You shouldn't believe a single thing that they're telling. You need to start doing your own research and start looking into things and start questioning everything. Everything. We're going to be discussing AI and the Great Tribulation. That is in the book of Revelation. And we are going to show you, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get all 10 videos here today. If not, because we have more than 10 videos to share with you. I believe it's more like 20. I kind of cut it off early this morning. I said, all right, I think this is enough, but I do have a lot more videos to share. But this will do it for today. So that's what it is. There's another thing that's going on. I just went to the auto parts today, and I just saw the amount, how prices have gone up for parts themselves, for engine parts, for doing your regular maintenance on your vehicles. I spent, what was it, almost $60 this morning just on oil change. Oil change and fuel injector cleaner. That's about it. Think about that. $60 on that. So imagine what it's going to cost for you to go get an oil change at a shop.
Yeah, that's something to really look at, because if it's costing you $60 just to go get the material, you haven't paid yourself for labor just yet.
Yeah.
And you're pretty much paying for labor. And another thing too is that, like Ray was saying, that he was telling me and my daughter that it's recycled oil.
Yeah, when you go get your oil change at one of these stations, 99% of it is recycled oil. The other 1% is you have to ask that you don't want the recycled oil out of their container. You want this oil that they're selling, that they're advertising, which will be in a container, and get ready to pay for it. It's going to cost you way more than what the recycle oil is. And I refuse to put recycle oil in my car because I just know what happens to the engine because I am an engine builder. So that's just one thing. And people are upset because Trump is doing the tariffs. He's doing all that to the other countries. Well, the other countries are saying, okay, since you get all 99% of your goods from us, guess what? Our prices are going to go up. So it's going to hurt you. You're going to pay for it. United States should have never been going outside of the country and getting all the product, all the goods from outside. We should be doing that here in our country.
Yes.
That's what I have to say. But let's go ahead and get to it. So let me give you number 9. Let me show you this video first because, of course, we all see this. And it's entertainment for us because I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to do
Dora's not going to do it. We'll go watch somebody else do it and see the results of it. I should have pulled up this old man also. He wouldn't go play with the crocodile and thought he could do it, and it went bad for him too. But let me show you what this one did. I'm kind of speechless. I mean, what were you thinking? Could have been the eye.
Yep.
She could have lost an eye because if it would have hit her in the eye, that eye's gone. So, if you haven't seen those fangs on those snakes, yeah. So again, entertainment. She's out there doing that. I don't know if she'll end up doing that again. Now imagine if it would have been
poisonous.
No, they don't really handle poisonous ones. But imagine if it would have been like a python, a big one. The ones that guy does that he handles. Imagine if it would have been a bigger snake, how much damage it would have done. Mm-hmm. You won't catch me doing that. But here it is. People are playing with snakes and doing this. So let's get straight to it. What is the Great Tribulation going to look like? And how is AI going to fit into the Great Tribulation? How is AI going to fit in the Great Tribulation? Right now, I truly believe that they are building the beast system. It is being built right now for the Great Tribulation. So what does that mean? That means we are really close. We are closer than ever before for the Great Tribulation to start, for the 7-year Great Tribulation to start, but the rapture has to happen prior to that. So let me show you some of these videos so you can see this. If you can give me number 5. I'm going to try to kind of go slower, and towards the end, I'm going to give you the more advanced AI. And just keep in mind, this is stuff that they're allowing us to see.
Yes, and it's stuff that's, it's not here recently. It's been,
It's probably been 20 years old.
Yeah.
And they just want us to see this, and they're like, you haven't seen anything yet. They're probably walking among us, and we don't even know it.
That's right.
So, go ahead and play this one.
I forgot my tools again. Such a show off.
You may say, well, this is just one of those that can help you get tools, can help you with your daily work, your routine, whatever. This can also protect you, maybe a thief or a burglar is trying to come in your house and you have this and can possibly protect you. And this is how they usually sell it. And this is how they are selling it. By telling you that this is going to help you. But what if it is for monitoring? What if these things are going to monitor you? Because if you can get number 8 started or get it to it, I'm going to just explain to you. If you can go to Revelation chapter 13, verse 7 and 8. Let me read this right quick to you. Revelation chapter 13, 7 and 8.
It was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names have not been written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world.
See, it was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. How is Satan going to overcome the saints? How is Satan going to know what is happening around the world? Let me show you. Again, these are years old. Imagine what they have now.
Insects. These tiny robots are modeled after real-life insects and designed to mimic their behavior. From flying bees to crawling spiders, these machines take biomimicry to the next level. But what are the practical applications of such inventions? Could they be used in search and rescue missions or for environmental monitoring? Keep watching to find out how these robotic insects could revolutionize the way we approach various fields. First up, Harvard University scientists have developed tiny robo-bees to pollinate crops. Weighing only 80 milligrams, equipped with wings that flap 100 times per second, they can hover and transfer pollen. The technology could help combat the bee shortage crisis and improve crop yields. The researchers hope to make the drones autonomous for field use. The robo-bees also have other applications like search and rescue, exploration, and surveillance. The best part? It can't sting you as real bees can. Despite its potential, the robot's current limitation is being tethered to an external power source. However, the team is not waiting for the perfect power source to perfect other design elements. Instead, they are simultaneously developing lightweight power options, sensors, and manufacturing methods. The team's multi-pronged approach demonstrates their determination to overcome challenges and deliver results. Moving on to robotic roaches with a cockroach smell. They could influence real cockroaches' behavior, which could apply to other social animals. Scientists also developed an interface to control cockroaches for information collection and transmission remotely. They steered them along a path using electrical impulses to their antenna. The idea is that they would find survivors in cramped spaces after natural disasters. It's a cool concept, but let's hope we're unconscious if we need to be rescued from roaches. Real maggots were historically...
Let's really think about that. Is that really what is a roach going to do in a search and rescue? Yeah, could they get into little cracks and crevices and so on? But come on. What are they really after? How do you think the beast is going to monitor people in the last days? How's he going to do it? Through stuff like this. Mm-hmm. There are people that are accustomed to having roaches in their home. We've had family members that lived with roaches, that they're okay with roaches. They'll sit down and eat a meal and just live life with roaches thinking it's okay. And then there's, of course, I can't stand them. I wouldn't be comfortable just having them. They're just gross. So imagine that. They have birds that fly, that they tell you that they're standing on the power lines, monitoring, doing surveillance. Oh, it's out there. Yes. Let me show you scripture before we get to it. Before we start showing you more videos. Revelation chapter 13, 11 through 14. 11 through 14. Revelation 13, 11 through 14.
Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. And he exercised all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and causing the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. He performs great signs so that he even makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived.
Okay, now I want you to see this. In verse 12, and he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, how is he going to know if you're worshiping? Is it possible he's going to send roaches? He can send bugs. He's going to send flies. He's going to send mosquitoes. I mean, just think about it. We won't be able to see if that fly or if that mosquito is a robot or if it's for real.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to see it unless you capture it and then you get a magnifying glass. I mean, even that is not going to get there. You're going to have to get a microscope and you're really going to have to look into it. You've seen how small they are.
Oh yeah, and that's what's it's exciting, and then it's kind of like, wow, this is how it's going to end up being, because you read it in scripture, but you don't think about it as in, okay, well, how is it that this is going to happen, and you just wait and see.
Like, how is the beast going to know everything?
Right. How is he going to know everything? Because he's not present everywhere.
Omnipresent,
yeah, he's not God. So it's like, okay, well, this is how it's going to be revealed, and this is how things are. Why? Because for one, not everybody's going to be on board about having these electronics in their home. So how else are they going to do this? By flies, by bees, coming into your home, unexpected, and just watching you, watching your every move.
I mean, just think about it, because it tells you right here that he those who dwell in it to worship the first beast. So is there going to be a time frame that he's going to say, at 3:00 everybody needs to worship the beast? And no, depending on where you're at, if you're outside, there might be flies outside, bees outside that are monitoring you and saying, see, this guy is not worshiping, or this woman is not worshiping.
Right.
Now, I want you to see something else. In verse 13, he performs great signs so that even makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Okay, here is the key word that God said. He performs great signs, not miracles.
Right.
These are signs. From heaven, which is up there in the sky, bringing fire down. Okay, is that even possible today? It's more possible today than it ever has been.
Yes.
With the technologies that we have, with the satellites that they have up there, Elon Musk has the entire earth covered with the satellites. So imagine that. How many of those satellites can create fire to come down from up there? Easy. You can make one of those satellites just come down, blowing all kinds of fire on its way down, on its descent, and it crashes down. So look in verse 13. When he does that, he performs great signs. Not miracles, great signs. And how do we know that they're not miracles? That they're just great signs? In verse 14. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast. See? They're fake.
Yes.
It's a fraud. It's not a miracle. But yet people are going to believe, oh, this guy has all this power. He's able to create this power from the heavens and say, see, I'm calling down fire from heaven, and it comes down. And it's not true. It's a fake one, because it tells you right here it's fake. It's fraud, because it's deception. And yet people are going to believe it. They don't believe that this guy actually does miracles. But it's the technology that we have now that he's able to fake the miracle.
Right. Well, it's not a miracle. It's just a sign.
Oh, yeah, fake a miracle.
Sign. Yeah.
Because that's what he's going to do. This is a so-called miracle that he's calling, but it's God calls it a sign. He doesn't call it a miracle. But more than likely, Satan will call it a miracle. He'll say, see, I can do these miracles. But God is telling us right off the hand that these are just great signs because of the technology that we have now. I mean, just think of it. Look how they're conditioning us that it's okay that these planes are coming down, planes are crashing together, helicopters crashing together with another plane. Another plane is coming down so fast. I believe if you could just go look at that video, slow motion, we're doing slow motion on it. Does not look like a plane, in my opinion. Look what happened in Las Vegas. That major shooting. Again, I don't believe the news that they're telling you, but a lot of people do. One man is not going to do all that. So let's keep going. Let me show you another one. Okay, give me number 3. Oh, this one. Again, these are like 20 years old. This one's probably a 7-year-old, 10-year-old video. I just want you to keep in mind, they're showing us what they want us to see. The real ones behind closed doors, it's 3 years old, 7 years old, 12 years old. Oh, my daughter's trying to give me numbers, and we don't know sign language, so we're not good at it. We're not efficient with it. So we'll play this one.
I'm being chased.
Okay, just think of it. 28 miles an hour. Can you run 28 miles an hour? So let's just say it's in the Great Tribulation and you're stuck here. You think you can outrun this thing? It done spotted you. And you may say, well, it's hooked up to wires. It's hooked up to... No, this is stuff that they're showing us that they want us to see. But behind closed doors, that technology is so advanced. Again, we might be walking around and these robots are out there and we don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know it. Because let's keep going. How is Satan going to be able to control the entire population that's here on earth? How is he going to be able to control every country as we see what's happening? It's easy. We see people idol worshiping man right now, thinking that just because Trump got in, everything is going back to hunkin' days.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let me show you. If you can get me... Yeah, go ahead and give me number 6 then. Let me show you how advanced this is. And again, I believe they have more advancement than this. But are you going to be able to outrun this person? Are you going to be able to jump, hide, and get in different maneuvers? I mean, you just saw what Spider-Man does, right? And you may say, are you serious? You talking about Spider-Man? Look what they created. Mm-hmm. Look at this one. Look how advanced this one is.
Yeah, and this is an old video, too.
Yes.
All of these are, yeah.
Now, the most advanced robot with the craziest athletic skills we've ever seen is this guy, Spider-Man. That's right. This Spider-Man robot was created by Disney's engineers and roboticists and performs like a real stuntman. This Stuntronic or stunt robot actually puts on an incredible show every day at the Avengers campus in the US. It flips, twists, flies through the air, strikes superhero poses, makes a perfect landing, and it has the intelligence to learn and self-correct in real time. But how do they make it so real? Obviously, it went through a bunch of prototypes. But Stickman got the show on the road. When flying through the air, it could fold itself into a Z shape and unfold into a straight line that was 2.1 meters long. And that's about the average height of a human stuntman with his arms raised. Next came a more human-looking prototype that was 5 foot 9 inches in height, weighed 43 kilos, and had a 3D printed aluminum body. This was even more advanced, and it could control its posture, rotate, and strike dramatic superhero poses in midair.
So we started with a 40-foot high throw, and we kept throwing this higher and higher and higher till we pretty much peaked out the winch.
Yeah,
with
around
throws,
65 feet.
Yeah, throws are about 65 feet high in the air.
And there's this kind of magical moment where I think it's around 55 feet. It feels like shouldn't it have come down by now? Like, like it feels like it's floating. That was a
Yeah.
cool moment.
Spider-Man's Stuntronic opens doors to the possibility of it being used as a stunt double in real superhero and action films. Usually, actors have
Think about that. Think if they had 1 million of those running around chasing people, and you think you're going to get away from them?
Right.
I mean, just look at that. And you may say, well, they don't have weapons, they don't have anything like that, they can't shoot, they can't do anything. Look at that maneuver there and try to punch that if you was to get in a fist fight with it. That's all metal.
Yes.
I mean, let me show you a scripture before I show you some more advanced ones that you're going to be like, are you serious? This is what's really happening? Let me show you Revelation chapter 13, verse 15 through 18.
Chapter 13, 15 through 18.
Yes.
He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on the right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666.
Okay. I want you to see something very close on here. In verse 16 and 17, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on the right hand or on their forehead. We already see that happening. People injecting a chip so they can open doors, so they can open their business, their buildings, they're running the printers and so on. They think it's okay.
Yeah, running the printers.
Yeah,
I was like,
they have to go like this to start to be able to print.
and open their whatever their little snack area so they can take out a drink, and I'm like, wow.
And they're okay. They have conditioned people to not carry their wallets, their credit cards, or cash.
Nothing.
Because it's inconvenient. So why not have it on you? But yet it's not inconvenient for them to carry their phone everywhere they go.
Exactly. Because that's being used as a monitoring system. That's why.
But look, right here it told you every class, every type of person. It didn't matter who was rich. It didn't matter how much money you had. It didn't matter what race you were. It didn't matter what you looked like. It didn't matter any of that. And then look verse 17. And this one's really important. And that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. A lot of people say it's a mark. Look what it says. One who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. 3. It's not just one. It is 3. The name of the beast, the number of his name, or has the mark. We have to really pay attention now. We really have to open our eyes and say, wait a minute, which is it? What if they say, okay, this is the number 666, and they say, okay, well, I'm not going to take that. Okay, well, here's the name. Just take the name then. Because right here it says, or the number of his name, or the name of the beast. So let's just say you say, you know what, I don't want to take the number 666 because I'm superstitious, because everybody's always talking about the 666 number, demonic and everything. I don't want that. Okay, what about the name of the beast? So don't take the 666, just take the name. Or look, or one who has the mark. How easy it is to take the mark. Let me show you, or let me explain it to you. It's easy to take the mark. Why? The mark could symbolize anything. People have tattooed themselves marks. That have tattooed themselves different shapes. You see the Illuminati out there, the occult. What do? What are the movie stars and the singers out there? They do all these symbols with their hands and all that, right? It's a mark. What if it's just a digital mark? What if it's just a stamp so they can scan it? What if it's something fancy that everybody thinks it's so neat to have and everybody wants that mark?
A QR code on you. Everybody's all.
Well, I mean, it's going to be something that's attracted to people, something that they enjoy to have, something that, because what happens whenever some new thing comes out, everybody runs to it.
Yes.
So it has to be something like this that it's going to draw people to it, not something ugly that they not drawn to it. But at the same time, it might not have to be something fancy, because at that time you're gonna be hungry, and you're gonna say, "I'll take whatever it is so you can feed me." And right now they're conditioning people to believe that the government is there for them, to rely on them. Remember, you owe nothing and be happy in 2030. How they can come about that? Oh yeah, talk about that. When we're in Austin, Texas, I'll tell you, Austin, Texas, we didn't care for it. We did not care for it.
I think
I'm talking about you walking around, and I mean, we're driving around, and there's a guy in a tutu. You would think that he went to a little kitty store and put a skirt on and wanted to play Barbie.
Oh,
And then he didn't. His shirt came up to here. He was showing all his belly, and he was walking around like it was normal. His beard probably covered his belly.
Yeah, it was very, very obvious that you were in a whole different part of Texas, which to me, that was
I thought we were in a different planet.
really, really outrageous, because it was like from night and day.
Yeah.
And we were like Ray was
And
saying,
we're just
we were
there one day.
driving. Yeah,
We're there
we were
one
just
day,
one
and
day.
it felt like, wow, what did we just walk in the Twilight Zone?
Yes.
We need to hurry up and get here and do what we need to do, and we need to get out. So let me show you this one. Okay, if you can give me number 1. And you think that this AI is not going to be able to control people, that it's going to be, just keep in mind what they're training them, what they're doing with these AIs, these robots, what they're being used for. Now, they just wanted to show you something that was slow, standing still, but still had accuracy.
Right. Pointing to one direction.
You might say, well, I can move around, I can do all kinds of things, but no. Let me show you something that actually moves. Again, if you can give me number 7. That actually moves around and still can do what it's supposed to do. Again, I truly believe that there's more advanced stuff out there that probably looks like us and is able to move as fast as we can, if not faster than us. But I want you to see this. question. Why train the machine to do this? I mean, it does look neat. Don't get me wrong. It does look neat for somebody that enjoys shooting and enjoys doing stuff like this, doing tactical stuff. I enjoy doing that. But why teach a machine to do this? Unless you're going to use a machine for this purpose.
Yeah.
You don't teach a machine to do something unless you intend it for that specific purpose. I mean, if you were going to intend to teach the machine to do medical stuff, to just basically feed a patient that can't feed themselves, and that's all it's going to do. Well, that's what you're teaching that machine to do.
Right, to help, the elderly community, and to be in hospitals, to where they're short staffed, to where, things like that. That's where we see that the technology would be great, would be good to have a helping hand.
At a minimum.
Minimum.
It'll just be so minimum of what that machine is going to do, and that's it. You're still going to need a person there to do the rest. You see that self-checkout. You can go try to do a self-checkout, and all of a sudden the machine doesn't work, and you have to look around and wait for that person to come over here, scan their card, and do what they need to do, and then you're able to do it. Imagine this. If that malfunctions, imagine what this malfunction will be like.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, so just think about that. I don't know what those guys were thinking, standing there and hoping that this machine would shoot correctly and not shoot them. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not trusting a machine to do it, much less trusting a person to stand on that side and they're shooting. I'm not even going to trust the person to do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't even put your trust on man to be in front of, especially when you're out there, practicing or training or whatever. But yet they're wanting you to get conditioned to trust a machine for your safety. Yeah.
Again, how is Satan going to control the entire population in the Great Tribulation? How are they going to do it in 15-minute CDs? We just showed you the bugs. 15-minute CDs, bugs, birds, squirrels. I mean, you name it. They're doing every animal to make it normal. Let me show you another one. If you can give me number 4. And they always try to make it to, this is for the greater good of man. This is for your benefit, your protection. But who has the software? Do they give you the software? No. They're in control of the software. You don't get to see the software. Okay, this one has music, so we're not going to play the music because, of course, we'll probably get flagged for that. But just think of this. If this, which is supposed to be a dog, goes around, and now you can look up a video with these, and they're actually calling them sniper dogs because they actually have a sniper weapon, and their precision is better than any sniper out there in the world. So just think of that. They don't miss. So now they're talking about getting this for our protection, for first responders, for so on. And I'm not against first responders because I'm one. But imagine this, going out there monitoring people in your 15-minute CDs, and you get out of hand, and we just showed you a cheetah that runs 28 miles an hour. I bet you this thing runs 28 miles an hour as well. You're not going to get away from it.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, it doesn't have to chase you if it has a gun. If it has a stun gun, it doesn't have to chase you. It just stuns you right there where you're at. I mean, just think about the entire control that can happen with this, that can open doors.
Yes.
That can move things around.
Right. And in the video, you can see it placing cameras in certain areas for them to detect or for them to surveillance it. Like we said, there's a lot of things that they're aiming for you to condition you to see this is better, this is for your safety, this is for, to make sure, as the times are changing, we have to amp up our security, everyone should have this in their household, I mean, on and on and on. But yet the truth about it is that it's really for monitoring you.
Yeah. In other words, they're telling people, look, let me cause the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I also have the solution here. So the minute the chaos happens, here's the solution. So give up your safety.
Mm-hmm.
Give up your freedom for safety, Give up your freedom for safety. Think about that.
Yeah.
Give up all your freedoms and I will give you safety. The safety will be conditioned upon your behavior. Mm-hmm. Just think of that. And then in order for these machines to be left alone and you don't mess with them, you don't shoot them, you don't get rid of them, they'll make laws to protect the machine more than they'll protect you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Just think of that. It is all coming into play. And people are sitting back thinking everything's going to get honking door in here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
People think everything's going to go back to normal. People think, well, if I just deny what's happening, it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
We have to wake up, people.
Yes.
This is coming. This is here. Things are changing. And it's fast moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I bet this technology is like 20 years old. And the technology they have today, they're probably out there testing it with us, walking around in the grocery store, walking around in the malls, and they have machines and they're walking around and we have no clue that they're there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We have bugs flying. We don't even know if they're machines or not. Think about that. Let me show you number 10. Oh, wait, we had another one. Yeah, give me number 10. And I'll show you the other one on another day. So you can give me number 10. So let me show you this. Because us guys always want to try something new.
Mm-hmm.
We always think that we can do everything, that we're invincible. Or we have kids that we say, you know what, I bet I can still do it.
I bet I can still do it.
Yep. So here you go.
So you can see it.
There's something wrong with your life right now. Did you get that on video?
It's even funnier because just hearing the kid laughing. Yeah. Yeah. That was enjoyable for the kid. He's like, the kid probably told him, do it again. I bet you can't do it. A kid would say, Dad, go try it again. I bet you can't do it. Dad probably say, if he's smart, he's like, nope, I don't think so.
I pass. I showed you once already. That's about it.
So, guys, we shouldn't be afraid. But we should be aware what is happening. Yeah. We should be excited that it's getting closer to literally meet the Lord face to face.
Mm-hmm.
The only people that should be fearful are the ones that don't know Jesus, that haven't made Jesus their Lord. Those are the ones that need to be fearful. The ones that are going to go through the Great Tribulation are the ones that should be fearful. Mm-hmm. Well, they have a chance there to accept Jesus. Yes, but it's going to be so difficult, so ugly, mm-hmm. so evil, so fearful in those days. It's going to be beyond any time that will ever be on this earth. Right. Way beyond any of our comprehension. Yeah. It's going to be, you can look at a Terminator movie or you can look at a prepper movie that is chaotic.
Right. Which, nothing. We were talking about that as mm-hmm. we were traveling over the weekend. Like, wow, you think about when you were back in that time looking at these movies, like, oh my gosh, that's pretty neat, that's pretty cool that they would use, the Terminator or, all these other, electronic things. And then now you're like, wow, they were really telling us that this is what the agenda was. And here we were not paying attention to it. But now that you, mm-hmm. now that you see clearly that, it's all about control.
Mhm.
All
Oh yeah.
about control.
Oh yeah. And Satan, that's all he wants is control. He's evil.
Mhm.
And the sad part is there's a lot of false religions out there, false teachings that they want pure control as well, which is evil.
Yes.
So guys, just understand that Jesus is still in control.
Yes.
This is God's plan. It's coming to fruition. There's nothing we can do. It's going to happen.
That's right.
The only thing we can do is put our trust in Jesus.
Yes.
That's it. Put our trust in him.
That's right. Amen. Amen. Well, guys, want to remind y'all to put on your armor. You can find that in Ephesians 6:10-18. Very important to know and to understand how to do that. There is our other platforms there that you can subscribe. You can also follow us and share our content as well. There is our email there if you would like to get a hold of us. We thank you again for joining us. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on the next video.